Share your love and creativity for baking. Bake more memories with tried and trusted Royal Baking Powder.
Previously on the Tastemaster SA, it was Bread Week as the top 5 stepped into Fritz's space with a challenging task of creating a main course and dessert using the same bread dough. Nolan and Max were both inspired by Asian flavors, but Max's attention to detail pushed her to top position. Unfortunately for Lizelle, an underbaked bread was her downfall.
Wow, only 4 of you left in the running. Congratulations to each and every one of you for making it this far in the competition. Big round of applause.
Ding, 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 ding. Finally in the top 4.
Top 4, baby. I made it.
I didn't expect to make it this far.
Just to remind you of what's at stake, the winner of the Tastemaster will walk away with 50,000 Rand in cash from Royal Baking Powder, 100,000 Rands worth of KitchenAid equipment, plus 100,000 Rands worth of AEG equipment.
The winner will also have an opportunity to cement their career as a chef on television and a foodie influencer on the Espresso Morning Show.
Being a TV personality is a dream of a lifetime, and I can taste it already.
Definitely worth skipping school for this.
What you do not know is that this will be the final challenge before the grand finale.
Ooh.
I thought there was going to be another challenge after today.
It's evident that we're shocked.
That's right. Making it through today means that you stand a 1 out of 3 chance to be crowned the Tastemaster.
And now for this week's theme. Fritz? Your drop to the floor.
Molly's witch for me.
This week's theme is all about baking more memories, a theme that you are very familiar with, but of course, we are amping it up to the very extreme.
You all really look adorable as kids, really do.
Nolan's smile is so cute. He had this big smile that he has now, even then when, I don't know, he was like 4 or something.
To get you inspired for today's challenge, we're sending you off to a masterclass to meet this week's guest judge. He is one of South Africa's most respected chefs, and he's held the title of #1 restaurants a few times before, so a lot of excitement awaits you. Enjoy the masterclass.
This is a well-renowned person with a really great reputation, and this might be a difficult person to impress. Walking into the biscuit mill, I see the infamous elevator, and I know that we are going up to the 6th floor, which is so well-renowned and well-respected potluck club. And maybe this means Luke Dale Roberts is going to be here today.
I have done my last work service training with Chef Luke Dale Roberts in Test Kitchen Carbon, and it was an amazing experience. I really hope he remembers me.
I'm Luke Dale Roberts. I'm chef and restaurateur, owner of a few restaurants, including the Potluck Club, Fledglings, and now Salon. My food has evolved in the last year or 2, whereby I've taken away rather than added to the dish. I've got a new dish, for example, the duck à l'orange, which is literally 4 components on the plate. But it's the perfect duck, the perfect puree, the perfect sauce, and the perfect execution. So by taking away the disguise, you can add impact. What I'm focusing on more than anything now is the purity of ingredients. So it's like really highlighting that ingredient and creating more impact for the guests. Nostalgia and memory are very key and very close to my heart. I think the smell of something as you walk in the kitchen can trigger a response where you instantly want to make a reinterpretation of, let's say, a shepherd's pie, which is my favorite thing growing up when my mum made it. So I hold nostalgia and memory very close to my heart.
I have admired Chef Luke for a very, very long time. I am so filled with deep respect for his work, actually, and the food that he produces. I think I am fangirling a little. I've got to keep it cool during the masterclass.
There's so much to take away from him, so much to learn. I'm gonna sit here like a sponge and soak it all up.
Right, welcome guys. Great to have you here. We're at the Potluck Club, which fortunately for today is closed, which means we've got the whole restaurant to ourselves. No craziness behind me, so it should be a lot of fun. Today's challenge is about cooking from memory, which is very important to me. I've spent a lot of time baking with my mum as a very young child. So obviously, this is very important to me. This is the central baked component. It's a pork pie. I've taken the old-fashioned chicken, ham and mushroom pie idea and I've turned it into what I call a pork blanquette. So guys, shall we crack on and get moving with this challenge? First job, pie filling. So I'm gonna just lay a little bit of butter on the bottom of this pan. Then I'm gonna put some onion, some leek, diced pork fillets in there. Whenever I fry something or sweat it, I always add salt because this is the part of the cooking process where you're actually extracting flavor. Let's get that on the stove.
What I'm hoping to learn is how to transform and transport people with food and inspire them to go back to their memories. And I think that's something we'll be learning from Luke today.
Then medium cream sherry. When you add liquor to a sauce, you boil off the alcohol. This is the braising liquid for the pork. Right, this here is called a beurre manier. It's butter and flour mixed together. You see, that's immediately made it thicker. So that's starting to look like a pie filling now. Right, now I'm gonna add a little bit of cream to that just to make it nice and rich. Right, and then the last thing is your grain mustard. Right, I've got a question for you guys. What have I forgotten to do so far?
Taste it, chef.
You got it.
I don't usually gravitate towards savory things in baking, so I think this masterclass is definitely helping to encourage me to do that.
Does any of you want to taste this?
Yes, please.
I'm feeling super inspired by the masterclass. You have one bite of something and it's just a flavor explosion in your mouth, so it's awesome.
What I'm learning from Luke is how to get the most depth of flavor from the simplest of ingredients.
Now we're going to make the pie crust. First of all, we put our diced butter in there, then our flour. Then I'm going to put half a teaspoon of baking powder in there. Right, that's going to make the pastry lovely and flaky.
I actually feel deeply privileged to be able to learn from such a master today. It's really such a rare opportunity, this.
You guys are big on pastry, right? So what does this look like?
Perfection, chef.
Thank you.
The most interesting part of today is being able to watch Chef Luke Dale Roberts in action right in front of me.
Okay, so let's put our pie together now. Into the pie mold.
Watching the chef do his thing, it's like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm so happy.
And then that is going to go in the oven around 180 for about 8 minutes. Okay, so now the best bit, the plate up. I'm going to start off with my red cabbage paint. Then I've got my pickled red cabbage. It's a little bit of a sauerkrauty type thing. Then you got your pork belly, which was cooked for 3 hours, pressed for a good 3 or 4 hours in the fridge. It's been portioned, the skin has been removed, and it's been pan fried again in butter. Can anyone guess what that is?
It's an apple.
Apple.
Apple, you're absolutely right. So that is an apple that we've smoked in a cold smoker, and then we've made a ribbon out of that and we sous vide it in a little bit of flavored oil. Then the piece de resistance, the pie, and I'm gonna cut it in half. Because if I just put a pie on there, it's gonna look super like country kitchen, you know? It's coming together nicely.
This pork pie is not really like any pork pie anyone has ever seen in their life. It is actually a work of art. It's so beautiful and the elements are just plated in a way that it's not overdone, but together it looks absolutely beautiful.
It's really, this dish is playing on the sweet, the salty, and the sour. So you got all the components of that there in a comforting little package. Right, let's have a taste, shall we?
Yes. The mustard seeds that he's put into the pork pie are bursting with flavor, and I love the pork belly. It's probably my favorite part. And all the sauces he's added, they complement each other very well.
Tasting that pork, the pie, it's really, really comforting,
but classy at the same time, and I'm really enjoying this.
Right, I hope you're all been inspired by today's demonstration and you get all those creative juices flowing, and I'll see you in the Taste Master kitchen.
After this masterclass, I'm so pumped, I'm so ready. I'm feeling passionate, I'm feeling ready to get in there and get baking.
Coming up, contestants must dig deep into their memories for their toughest challenge yet.
Why not order from your oven? With precision, raise your standards and make it matter. AEG. Challenge the expected. Share your love and creativity for baking. Bake more memories with tried and trusted Royal Baking Powder.
Welcome back to the kitchen, everybody. I'm sure you're feeling extra inspired after that amazing once-in-a-lifetime masterclass. And on that note, let's welcome Luke Dale Roberts to the kitchen.
Hi guys, good to see you again.
Right, now for today's challenge. You will be required to create 4 unique bakes. The first, inspired by Luke's masterclass and what you learned about his story. The second bake will be inspired by a memory of mine. My TV career started 13 years ago on the Espresso morning show. I remember that time very vividly, very early mornings, the waft of coffee in the air, a sense of excitement, and it's such a dear memory to me because had that not happened 13 years ago, I probably wouldn't be standing in front of you.
The third bake will be inspired by one of my childhood memories. Obvious.
Everyone loves a good braai, so that one should be easy.
My father went to school and university in Pretoria. That means that I grew up as a Blue Bulls rugby supporter. A very, very fond memory was in the old Curry Cup days when Naas Botha was sticking it to the province, and Saturdays, braais, and we were spoiled. Kempton Supermeats has this big fat boerewors that you have to eat off the braai like this so the fat doesn't run on your shirt, and that memory is a very, very fond memory of mine. The fourth bake needs to be inspired by a memory of your very own. We need to see at least 1 sweet item and 1 savory item in your total offering.
You will have 3 hours for this bake.
3 hours for Fritz, for Zola, and for Luke, and myself? How am I supposed to pull this off?
Max, I'm sure by now, as the Royal Baking Powder pin holder, you're wondering what your advantage is for this challenge.
I am curious.
Your advantage is you will have 2 stations to work on. That means double the counter space and, most importantly, double the ovens.
That's amazing, thank you.
Is it?
It is. Have you seen me bake? I need the floor even.
This is the final elimination challenge before the grand finale, which means that there are no further Royal Baking Powder pins up for grabs. But the winner will be walking away with a brand new 508-litre AEG side-by-side fridge with a built-in water dispenser.
Those fancy fridges that look like the cupboard of Narnia. I mean, how incredible.
Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, bake.
Good luck, everybody.
For my first dish, it is inspired by Fritz, and I'm going to be making a little garlic bread because he's the bread king. And then I'm going to be doing an ostrich steak. So I'm going to make a cream feta and a balsamic vinegar to go with it.
Hi Molly.
Hello.
What kind of bread are you making?
Just a standard white bread. You know, braais, in my house at least, the staple is the garlic bread.
Mine
Absolutely.
too. Yeah. What interesting interpretation do you have for Luke's memory?
I'm making a vol au vent. So it's like a chicken and mushroom pie, but I'm just doing my interpretation of it. So I'm like switching it up.
It's like an open pie.
Yes.
So it's like a puff pastry.
Yeah. And then with the fillings inside.
Max, it smells a lot like breakfast here.
The bacon's actually a little bit towards Luke's memory of pork pies. I'm going to blend it into my crust. I'm actually making a savory cheesecake. So I'm making a parmesan cracker and then blending that with bacon to make the base of the cheesecake.
Sounds interesting.
Very interesting. I love the interpretation of a cheesecake from your memory. Very out there. Max, we like to see it.
Alisejo, in what memory are you cooking from?
So earlier this year, my brother passed away. So I really wanted to make something to celebrate his life and the memories I shared with him.
Aww.
So I'm making a donut because when I was in grade 1, he was in grade 7, and we'd always walk home together, and he'd always buy me a donut on Friday.
I can smell the lavender, I think.
Yeah, so I have a lavender and blueberry and thyme compote as my jam, and then I'll have a caramelized white chocolate creme patissier inside my donut as well.
So jam and custard in the donuts.
Yes.
Oh, we love
It's
a jam
like on
and
steroids.
custard. Yeah. Jam and custard filled donut. That sounds divine.
Today I'm using royal baking powder in my donuts, as well as my flatbread, as well as my mashed potatoes, as well as my cupcakes. I want them nice and soft and fluffy, and this is going to help me.
Zola's memory was quite vague to me actually, because although it's TV presenting and it's mornings in the espresso studio, I mean obviously I think coffee, and I'm making a coffee cake. By definition it's a coffee cake, it doesn't have to have coffee in it, that's more a style of cake, but I'm making a coffee flavored coffee cake.
Seems like it's the battle of the coffee cakes, but I feel like it's a pretty generic, espresso, it's in the name, so you can only expect that people are going to be doing the same.
Okay, so coffee cake, I'm assuming that's Zola's memory.
Yes, it is. So I'm going to be making like a take on a tiramisu, but I'm going to be making like a little layered cake. But I know Zola loves fruit, so I'm going to have a fruit element in it, and I'm also going to have a hazelnut caramel inside, hopefully.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, it's so chilled. I don't know what kind of coffee cake she's making. Is she making a coffee cake? That is the question.
To start off, I'm making ujekle.
Ujek, which is the Zulu word for steamed bread.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
So that's for Zola and for Fritz as well, but I'm doing Fritz's ujekle like a roaster cook. Yeah, and make croque madame for you, chef.
Oh, double memory.
It's almost like a Chinese steam bun with an African twist.
It's exactly
kind
it.
of like that, yeah. The ujekle is going to have gammon, a slice of cheese, a beautiful bechamel sauce over the sandwich with a lovely fried egg on top. I've chosen to do this dish for Zola because I read that it is one of the first dishes that she learned how to make when she was a kid. That will really bring back a beautiful memory for her.
I'm actually probably most nervous about this. I'm making a roll for your memory.
Oh yeah?
But it's a bit of a lava roll, so I'm actually putting a sneaky surprise of cheese and boerewors in the middle, and I'm hoping to make activated charcoal kind of covering, so when it bakes it cracks and it kind of gives this hint of being off the flames.
The activated charcoal. How does that work?
So I'm just going to mix it actually with a bit of rice flour, yeast actually, and you let it stand for like 15 minutes and you put it over the buns just before you bake them.
And then
as the bun grows, it cracks.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's very cool.
I'm going to write that down.
Let's see. Let's see if it works. If it works, we can write it down.
Yeah, but that's very innovative.
What I enjoyed about the masterclass earlier is how classy Luke made something so humble. I want to make something that is very close to me. I love making choux pastry, and I would like to interpret a pie through a choux bun.
Your choux pastry looks perfect. It's got that lovely shine to it.
Thank you, chef.
But it's not easy to make good choux pastry, eh?
Yeah, I've messed it up before.
Yeah, me too, eh?
It's reaffirming that even the giants of the industry get it wrong.
We all get it wrong sometimes, eh? And what's that? Is that like a crackly crust that's going to go on top of it?
Yes, so I have a black and white sesame seed crust that's just going to go on top and then nestle and have a nice crunch.
And the filling?
The filling is a chicken and mushroom pie filling.
Right.
And then I'm going to have a mashed potato on top, holding a saffron oil.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Jeez, that's incredible.
So for Fritz today, I'm serving up my boerewors, my roasted cook, sausages, and a lovely beer mayo, all on one big board. And on a side note, I have a pap tart, my take on a pap tart.
Okay, so you're not going to take any shortcuts. You're going to actually bake your roasted cook on the flame of the stove?
Ons gaan braai vandaag.
Ons gaan braai.
Yeah.
Okay, so just quickly tell us what you've got happening here.
I'm making a tartar tin in honor of Chef Luke. This is going in my tartar tin. A pancetta, mushroom roll, wild mushrooms.
So like a savoury tartar
Yes, like a sour
upside down,
savoury.
turn it over.
Yes,
Lovely.
with a rough puff.
What's that? It looks like a mustard bechamel or something like that.
For the croque madame.
Looking forward to that. What cheese are you using?
I'm using our Parmalat cheddar and white cheddar.
Okay.
The chicken skins are going on the tartar tin as garnish, And I've learned this at Test Kitchen, which is one of Luke Dale Roberts' restaurants.
The only thing better than one AEG oven is two AEG ovens at different temperatures.
What's that going to go with?
This is going to cool down and be blended with bacon to become the crust of the cheesecake, which I'll tie together with some burnt butter.
Oh, nice. And what's that? Is that Parmesan shortbread?
Parmesan and thyme shortbread.
Stunning.
Luke has come over, he has a bite. The look on his face tells me these are very bitter, gal. So I'm going to remake them because it's the base of my entire cheesecake.
You at home can also bake more memories by getting involved in this week's viewer competition.
Show us your best bake using royal baking powder inspired by a childhood memory. Upload it onto social by replying to the competition post using the hashtag #TasteMasterSA and hashtag #BakeMoreMemories. You could win a KitchenAid stand mixer plus a Parmalat hamper worth R1,000.
Good luck, we can't wait to see you bake more memories.
Up next, will Max's overbaked shortbread count against her as time ticks away in the challenge? Choose Parmalat for better meals, better desserts, and better times together. Parmalat makes life better and better.
Parmalat.
Molly, what are you making?
I'm making a pastiche de nata, and apparently yours are the best in the country.
Just run me quickly through your process. You're obviously making the custard now.
Yeah. And I've got a rough puff pastry that I'm going to roll up and pat down into my mold. So I'm going to be making mini ones.
Okay, with rough puff.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not normally made with rough puff, and your syrup just has cinnamon and lemon peel.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Consistency looks great. It's very optimistic. I love it.
Thank you. It isn't a pastry recipe I use often. I actually don't make puff pastry often. I just buy it from the shops because it's easier.
I want to know what your particular memory is that you're working on.
From the first book my mom bought me, I scrolled through the recipe book. I couldn't find any recipe that I wanted to try. But when I got to the last page, it was choux pastry, and I was like, oh, I have all these ingredients, let me try it. And ever since, I've been making choux pastry at home. My brother loves eclairs. It was the first thing I baked for my in-laws, and they loved it, so I won their hearts like that. So I'm going to make a bit of choux, and I'm going to lay it with my custard slice.
Stunning. And you're going to stuff it?
Yes, I'm going to stuff it with a peppermint crisp.
Peppermint crisp?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
Standard
South
dessert.
African flavour?
Standard dessert. Christmas time.
What's the plan for the mealie meal?
I'm making a mealie meal taco.
Oh.
For Fritz's Bake. I'm making rye platter, but with very Mexican reminiscent components.
Love that.
Because when I think of Fritz, he's like a family guy. He's watching rugby with the boys. So I wanted to make something communal that we can share.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm making a platter.
Lovely. Okay,
Yeah.
so what else is going on the platter besides the tacos?
So hopefully a medium rare steak.
Oh. So medium rare, you said, hey? Is that how Fritz likes his steak? Is that why?
Hey, that's what he's getting. I don't know how he likes it, but that's what he's getting.
That's what he's getting?
Yeah.
Okay. Say no more.
Okay, Nolan, so you're assembling your tarte tatin right now.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes. So with the tarte tatin, it's upside down. So everything goes on top, and then the pastry goes over that.
That is a beautiful array of flavors right there. I hope that comes off for you. That's going to be great.
Thank you.
Contestants, we are officially halfway into this challenge. We have 1.5 hours remaining.
Look how dainty and cute.
I know.
How adorable.
Oh, that's what I was going for. Hopefully they work.
And these? What are these?
I'm making mini pastiche de natas.
Fritz.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's actually for my memory.
Oh.
I hardly ever have pastiche de nata when I'm at home, but I have the tendency whenever I travel, I always look for pastiche de natas. So even while being here, every bakery that I go to, if they have a pastiche de nata, that's what I'm getting.
Inspired by Max with the popcorn?
Max, if you have a look here, this is how popcorn is supposed to look.
Wow.
That is so much better than mine, let's be fair.
Cheeky.
It took me like 5 batches to get it right, and she just made this beautiful pot that tastes amazing. Anyway, she can have the crown, she can have the crown.
Don't do that.
Don't press it down. Okay, sorry.
Make it dense, eh?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You see the crispy skin?
Should have actually ate her. Oh, those extra, no.
No, they're the only two.
That looks great.
Oh, look at them. They're brilliant.
Nice.
Geez, that is impressive, eh?
These guys are good. They're really good.
They are.
I can see that's light as a feather.
Yeah. Genius.
Hearing Chef Luke tell me my choux buns look great, I am so proud.
My lava cake is actually quite cute. I think that the activated charcoal layer could have cracked a bit more. I'm not sure why it didn't crack more, but I think the proof in those is really when you eat them.
Happy, Molly?
Would you like to taste? You
No,
can taste that.
we're just observing. Are you happy with the?
Yes, I am happy with it.
It does feel beautifully light.
Thank you. I think my cake was slightly overbaked, more than I wanted it to, but otherwise I think it's still good.
Contestants, you have 1 hour left of baking time. 1 hour.
Let's go, guys. Let's push.
Let's go.
Looking good.
This is for my donuts. It's my caramelized white chocolate pastry cream. It's gonna go inside my donuts. I have to have it strained, I have to add butter, I have to pipe it into my donut. There's so much I need to do, and time, guys, time is never on my side in this kitchen.
Oh, those vol au vents are perfect.
Thank you. I'm very flattered.
Then is this your filling?
Yes.
Oh, it looks lovely, eh? Is that the ostrich?
Yes.
You're gonna cook them quite rare, or how do you
Yeah, I'm
think?
going to cook them quite rare because if you overcook it, it's quite a tough meat. I don't cook the ostrich very often. Usually it's my dad that cooks it, and he sometimes overcooks it. So I don't really know if it's undercooked or overcooked. We'll just have to see.
For Zola, I remember watching Espresso getting ready for school and eating a bowl of cereal. So that's what I would like to interpret today through my dish. I remember seeing her making a lot of layered cakes on Espresso. So I'm making a cupcake to represent the layered cake. And then for my toppings, I'm gonna have popcorn and some corn cereal so that it gives that breakfast feel.
Oh, wow, look at that. What, is that your...
The Bertie Pop-Tart.
That looks very interesting, eh?
I know.
Why are you laughing?
I'm mixing up things, but I hope it tastes amazing. It sounds amazing in my head.
Quite interesting. What else needs to come together, Nolan?
My jack is almost done in the
Oh, I'm excited.
steamer. You can check have a look.
My word.
Can I touch it?
Yes.
Can you? Oh, it's
Nice
quite
and spongy.
tenacious.
Yeah,
It's brilliant.
brilliant.
Great.
Half an hour left, guys.
Come on, guys. Let's push. Let's start plating, please.
Rolling the tacos, frying the tacos, frying the donuts.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
multi-talented.
My flatbreads are nice and charred. At the same time, I'm busy with my donuts. I'm doing so much, I'm running out of time.
What are the crepes for?
I'm making a stacked crepe cake. So to make pocket money when I was growing up, I had a pancake stand at a food market for literally 7 years. And when I left, I swore I would never make a pancake again. And here we are. I actually love it. I do.
What is the filling?
It's going to be a strawberry rose cream with some pistachio.
Oh, you need to get them cold then quickly, eh?
Yeah, I know. I'm actually really running out of time. So many elements to come together. Why does this always happen to me?
Oh, that bread has come up fantastically, yeah.
Hope it tastes fantastic.
I have steak chilling on my counter. I almost forgot about it. It's going on my taco board.
Contestants, 10 minutes left. 10 minutes to go, everyone.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
10 minutes to go. I haven't plated anything so far. I need to get my dessert done. I need to get the croque madame done. I don't even know where the time went.
In between running up and down, I still need to make my buttercream for the top of my cupcakes. I have 5 minutes left.
Zola,
Yes?
are you busy?
No.
Please pour me some powdered sugar.
Sure. Are we sifting? No.
No.
I'm whisking like my life depends on it. As long as I get something on these cupcakes, I'll be happy.
That's good, thank you.
I'm trying to keep my wits about me and just start to get my main bakes onto plates so that I can have something on my station. I think trying to compile this crepe cake has really taken more time than what I planned, and I'm disappointed because it's also now been made into a mini version and things are just not looking like I planned them in my heart and mind. Wow. Shame. Okay.
Just chaos, eh?
I'm running between my cooking station and where I will be presenting my food, trying to get all my elements there in this little bit of time that I have left. I'm holding as many bowls as my hands can hold, and it's a scramble to the end.
My coffee cakes are crumbling as I try and get them out of this mini loaf tin. They're still a bit warm, in a rush, not even using a proper knife, just grabbing whatever utensil I can find.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up, everybody. Your time is up. Stop baking. Woo, mad rush. Well done.
Well done. Great effort.
Yo, I'm so happy I got everything done in time. They came out stunning. I'm so happy with the croque madame and my tartine when I flipped it over in the last minute. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
As always, I just bite off maybe a bit more than I can chew. So I'm grateful that I got the main elements of each of my bakes up today. They all are lacking an element at least. And I definitely am not proud of the presentation of some of them, but the actual quality of the bakes I am happy with.
Looking at what I was able to accomplish, I am proud, particularly proud of my shoe buns. They look so beautiful. Everything else has flaws, so I'm worried.
I'm happy. I do feel good, but I'm a bit worried because everyone else made like massive portions and mine are very tiny. I think I'm definitely on the chopping block.
Next up, will Molly's bakes be enough to impress the judges and save her from elimination?
Share your love and creativity for baking. Bake more memories with tried and trusted Royal Baking Powder.
I'm very nervous about today's judging, especially because Luke is so like top class, but whatever happens, happens.
So Molly, just a quick rundown.
For the starters, we've got Luke's memory, which is a twist on a chicken and mushroom pie. It's a vol au vent. Then we have Fritz's memory, a garlic bread with a ostrich steak and a cream feta. Then we have Zola's memory, which is a coffee cake with a mascarpone and hazelnut cream and strawberries. And then we have my memory, which is a salted crumb with an Italian meringue and a pastiche de nata.
On that note, should we taste?
Let's do it.
I'm not sure if I'm going to wow the judges, but hopefully they'll see that all the things that I've done, I put a lot of effort into them and they are difficult things to do.
Well done. You did great. A very clever use on the doubling up of your pastry, and it's delicious. The taste and the flavor of your pastry is on point. That vol au vent, the filling, I love the addition of that mustard seeds in there. Hard to judge your little pastéis because it's very tiny, but very well executed. Thank you.
Molly, loved the ostrich. I don't eat a lot of ostrich at home, but I actually loved it and it had a nice char. And it's almost like the vinegar just accentuated it.
Yeah.
And then the salty of the feta just like, it was just that opposites working really well. And the pastéis was very nicely done, a little bit grainy though.
For me, Molly, I think that it's a lovely cake, but the reference of the breakfast memory sort of missing for me. I think if you'd made a coffee syrup and soaked the sponge in a bit of coffee syrup, that would have added great texture to the sponge and some added flavor. Your frosting is also split, so that's unfortunate. Yes, to the garlic bread, I thought, it doesn't look like she added enough garlic, but you did, and it was delicious. So well done, Molly, well done.
Well done, thank you.
I'm probably the most nervous today about judging than I have been in this competition so far.
Max.
Hi, Max.
So talk us through what we're going to be tasting.
Cool, so we have Fritz's memory over there. Those are smoky charcoal lava buns. So this is your memory over here. I'm sorry it's not prettier. But this is a coffee flavored coffee cake and a yogurt whipped cream. That is your memory, Luke. That is a bacon and onion savory cheesecake. And this is my memory. Shame. This is my crepe cake filled with a rose and strawberry whipped cream.
Beautiful.
Well, let's get
Looks
tasting.
good from here.
I'm hoping that the judges are going to appreciate my interpretation of their memories today. I didn't have enough time to taste everything properly together, but I'm hoping that they enjoy the flavors.
Max, in terms of technical execution, I think every single baked item is perfect. My two favorite things though were the savory components. The bread roll, cheesy vibe gave me very much boerewors roll. It took me to Fritz's memory instantly. I love that. And what I really enjoyed about this cheesecake is it was so interesting. I really enjoyed all the different pops of flavors. Yeah, great execution.
Thank you.
It was brilliant. I'm going to use that, I think.
Wow.
Maybe make it really small because it's quite rich, and then the Parmesan just gave it a punch at the end. It is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, agreed. Luke saying that, I mean, biggest honor in the world.
The coffee cake lacked coffee, and I thought the crepe cake lacked a little complexity, but when I ate it with the pistachio crumb, it gave it some complexity.
Yeah. Spot on, out the park. My memory was very, very genuine. Bringing the charcoal into it as well, for me, was quite quirky. Yeah, and the crepes are so much fun. I wish you had a little bit more time to spend on that. But all in all, excellent effort, and thank you for it.
Sure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Max.
I'm really nervous for the judges to taste my dishes today, especially for Chef Luke because he's so well renowned, and for him to be tasting one of my dishes is an absolute honor.
You want to run us through each memory and what we're going to taste today?
So today, starting off with the croque madame for Chef Zola. So we have ujekle, it's got cheese, some ham in the middle, and a beautiful curried mustard bechamel on top with a fried egg. Moving on to the tarte tatin, in honor of Chef Luke's memory with his mum. There's pancetta, different types of mushrooms, and chicken skin. And then moving on to fruits, I know it's a spread, chef, but when I look at you, I think about generosity. We have the roaster cook, and then boerewors. On the side, I have one of my own creation, a boerewors bobotie paptat with mealy bread on top. Moving on to my creation, I love a good custard slice, and that's why I thought of doing the peppermint crisp caramel custard slice for you.
Right, we've got a lot to taste, so let's just dig in, shall we?
Please do.
It's a feast.
It is.
I'm really, really proud of my tarte tatin. It looks stunning. And even my roasted cook and the ujekle, beautiful texture on my bread. I really hope they appreciate it.
Okay, Nolan, well done, eh? You did a brilliant job there. I think your food has got like a heartiness and a generosity to it. I love the tarte tatin. I like the use of tarragon in there. It was a little dry, I think, potentially. And for me, the high point was the eclair. I just thought it was well executed. It looks pretty. It's probably the finest thing of all the things on the table.
I thought your tarte tatin looked so divine and had so much complexity in it. Spots in your pastry were undercooked. So I think you may have gone too thick on the pastry front. I may be biased, but I love the jet toast croque madame situation. I think that speaks to my memory so vividly. Also, you know, childhood memories for me. So I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. Well done, Nolan.
Your braai setup is a little bit incoherent, just in the sense that a roasted cook is normally served with something that you can eat, you know, jam and cheese or whatever, but it goes with something. It's not loose standing as a side. The sausage, always you've got to go like almost super rare, because as you take your sausage off, it continues cooking, so that's something to always remember. I like your creation. I think there's work to be done there, but the concept is not out the window. And then your croque madame. I loved your steam bread. It's really so good. Thank you for all of this. Well done.
Thank you.
Zola says there's a bits of underbaked pastry. That can't be good.
I feel like I am going to be scrutinized to the core, and I'm ready to take it, but I'm not ready to go home.
You did a lot of running in this kitchen today.
I felt like I wasn't even inside my body. It was just...
We were just dodging you left and right, hey?
Yeah.
But you got everything done?
I just wish I got a chili mayo and the chakalaka salsa on the taco platter. So I'll start with the donuts. The donuts is my personal memory that I shared with my brother, as well as my experience here in the competition. And then the cupcakes are for you. And then for Chef Luke, I made my choux buns with chicken and mushroom pie filling. And then for you, Fritz, I made my taco platter with some seared steak.
Brilliant.
Looks great.
Really? Thank you.
This is super playful.
Let's dig in, shall we?
Yeah.
I'm confident that my taco shells taste amazing, but that's what they are. They are shells. They are a vessel, and what needs to go inside is not there. This could possibly be my last bake in this competition. I'm up against very, very stiff competition, very, very talented bakers. I'm worried, but I'm hopeful at the same time.
Lesego, what fun and really sophisticated baking. I think these maize meal tacos, such a wonderful way to use mealie meal. This for me, Luke's memory inspiration, wow. It's pie and mash reimagined, and it's beautiful. The texture of this cupcake, also superb, beautiful crumb. I enjoyed the salty popcorn, the crunch it gave, and the cornflakes, so I definitely get the reference. I just thought this was some really fun baking and well executed.
Thank you.
I'm actually blown away. The lavender I was worried about, but you've just put a hint of it in there. It comes through in the back of your mouth when you taste it. Very clever. I really love these. They're so quirky looking as well. The filling was perfectly creamy, flawless.
Thank you.
Hats off.
Yeah, agreed. You've been consistently good, but I feel like this is your best execution just because everything had come off on point. So much fun.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you guys so much.
Hearing the feedback from the judges has really boosted my confidence. I'm so happy they enjoyed all the elements I made for their memories.
You at home, a reminder that you too can bake more memories by getting involved in this week's viewer competition.
Show us your best bake using royal baking powder inspired by a childhood memory. Upload it onto socials by replying to the competition post using the hashtag #TasteMasterSA and hashtag #BakeMoreMemories. You could win a KitchenAid stand mixer plus a Parmalat hamper worth R1,000.
Happy baking!
Contestants, well done and congratulations on an excellent execution of this challenge. It's wonderful to see you guys progress and push yourselves each and every week, so well done.
And of course, I get to deliver the good news today and announce which bake was the best. The winner of today's challenge is... Lesego.
I won.
Your execution was absolutely beautiful. I mean, from A to Z, it was spot on, and we were all unanimous on that.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Lesego, please step forward and receive your pin as a symbol of today's successful victory. Well done.
I did it. I'm in the finals.
Well, Lesego, that's not all. Of course, you will also be walking away with a 508-litre AEG side-by-side fridge with a built-in water dispenser. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now, guys, as you know, at this stage of the competition, it gets very sad to send someone home. But that is how we progress. That's how we move forward. The bar is very high, and there's really no space for error. The next person to leave the Tastemaster kitchen is...
I think everyone produced incredible bakes today, and at this point, there really is no obvious person who's going home.
My heart is beating so fast. There's just a sense of me knowing that I'm going home.
I feel like it's going to be me.
is Nolan. Nolan, you set out to impress us today. You did so much, so many elements, so many components, and I think with that strategy, everything just fell just slightly short of the mark. So unfortunately, today you were not successful, but I know that around here you only have fans. We all want to see you succeed. We all want to see you win at life. Well done.
Well done, Nolan.
Thank you.
If you'd asked me a couple challenges ago who I thought would win the whole thing, I would have said Nolan. It's very weird to see him go.
I'm devastated. I had already planned that we'd be going to the finals together.
He could actually have won this competition.
I expected it. Thank you to everyone on the Tastemaster team for having me. It was an amazing journey. And to make it thus far was amazing. My passion is reignited, and that's why I came here in the first place. You all mean so much to me. Really, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nolan.
Well,
It's
Nolan,
been an
Nolan.
absolute pleasure.
If your passion is reignited, this is all worth it.
It's worth it. It really is.
You can hang up your apron and leave the kitchen.
Well done, man. You should be proud of yourself, man.
Are you going to Well done, Nolan. Well done. Well done.
I'm really sad. I'm really bummed. I really wanted to be in the final, even if it means me not winning. I'm so happy for Lesejo. Girl, you got this. Just keep pushing. You can do it.
Congratulations to our episode 9 viewer winner, Megan Nordia, who baked a dessert that showcases orange blossom and honey, with bruleed meringue dusted with edible gold, a white chocolate flour, and candied orange. Megan walks away with a brand new KitchenAid stand mixer and a 1,000 Rand Parmalat hamper.
Another feel-good production.